Hey guys, so I have another cool fact for today, which you guys all should probably know this man, and he did amazing, and he changed the entire course of human history. So, a man whose words who have echoed across generations, whose courage reshaped a nation, and whose dream became the foundation of a movement that is still alive today. And that man is Martin Luther King Jr. And I want to tell you guys actually something about him that most people never learn in school. So, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had asthma. From the time he was a child, the same child who would grow up to stand before 250,000 people on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and deliver one of the most greatest speeches in human history, he lived with a respiratory condition that made simply breathing like a really great challenge for him. So I want you guys to think about that for a moment. That the famous man, like he's very famous, the man famous for his voice, famous for the power of his words, and famous for the way he could stand up in front of crowds of thousands and thousands of people and move them to tears with the sheer voice of his conviction, had asthma. His airways, the very physical mechanism that produced the legendary voice, were the same airways that would tighten and inflame and make breathing difficult for him. And he stood up there anyway, and he marched through the streets and of he marched through the streets of Washington every day if he could, and he would what's it called? He faced so much um I mean, everyone knows he faced really really hard things in his life, and he faced, like, an example is he faced fire hoses and police dogs and hatred and violence with lungs that were never guaranteed to cooperate, and he kept going because his mission was bigger than his condition. And I think about Dr. King a lot when I'm building Little Lungs, and not because I would ever compare what I'm doing to what he did, because there is no comparison at all, but it's mainly because he taught the world something that I believe with everything in me. And it's probably that your condition does not determine your destiny. And no matter what, asthma is a big, really strong condition that is very dangerous. And not a lot of people are aware that Martin Luther King Jr. had asthma. And I think that is something that he was able to overcome and still create something amazing in history where he is recognized. And that is probably the most awesome thing ever. And so, if you guys think about it this way, is that the child with asthma sitting in your home right now, the one who needs their inhaler before PE class, the one who wakes up coughing in the middle of the night, and the one who has to sit out at recess sometimes because the air quality is too high, that child has a dream too. And that dream deserves to be protected. And it's not by limiting what they can do and not by wrapping them in fear, but by giving them what their families um, need, such as like the tools to manage the condition to powerfully and so proactively um, protect their child, especially if they have asthma. And that's something that should ever stop them, because a child who has a dream should always be able to reach those dreams. And so Dr. King's asthma did not silence his voice, and it did not slow down his march, and it did not diminish his dream at all. So your child's asthma will not either. Little Lungs is being built so that every child with asthma has one less thing standing between them and their destiny. So make sure you guys visit us at littlelungs.lovable.app for the website. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Little Lungs Official if you guys are not already. And also make sure you guys go subscribe at my YouTube channel at LittleLungs-Parent and LittleLungs-Kids for both the parent channel and the kids channel. So thank you guys for being here, and make sure you guys breathe, grow, and thrive.